Welcome back to the Perth Racing Preview. We're up to race 4 now, the Winter's Show Handicap for 3-year-olds and upwards with 1 Metro win or less. Now we're going to take a look at the past runs of Dana Colada, Mikel Dicko, Old Quality and Arroyo Gold, and we're also going to catch up with Stephen Parnham. Other runners, Marty?
Include Rossam. She's had a couple of runs back now, this McShay trained mare, and she's iron tough. Western Force has been able to lead in a couple of races, and I don't know about Western Force. Mr. Lincoln had no luck last start, held up for runs, never saw daylight. We had a little bit on Mr. Lincoln last start, and I'm not totally dropping off. If the track does get a bit rain affected, it'll suit Rooftop Grove. Everyone's been tipping me this horse, and I've yet to see anything, but maybe the wet weather could suit. Blue Hoops has had no luck, both runs in. A little disappointing though, second up, maybe that was the reason. Circles is struggling, Diamonds and Chalk, another who's yet to find his best form, and we'll be looking at McCaldico, Old Quality and Arroyo Gold.
Now let's look at the past run of Dana Colada. It was a good effort first up. He's back 4 from last in the pink colours.
They go down the side, Joachim Stahler making play. 1.5 lengths the break, running second, Bold Ransom. Stake pushing up the favourite, West River Charlie. He's tracking up well on the inside and he's trying to bustle out off the fence. He's off the heels now of Joachim Stahler, but at the same time he may have brushed with Bold Ransom. 2 lengths away then Oscar Wildly, followed by Sir T Lad, mid-time being ridden along from Action Plan. They turn the corner now and West River Charlie levels up with Joachim Stahler to head him off. Bold Ransom sticking with West River Charlie and Oscar Wildly down the outside. West River Charlie under the 59, showing the stick. Here's Oscar Wildly about to level up with him. It's West River Charlie shifting ground in the middle of the course. Oscar Wildly tries to run him down. Dana Colada mid-time coming through very late though, but West River Charlie hangs on. West River Charlie fell in from mid-time. Dana Colada near the fence and deep out Oscar Wildly.
I caught up with Dana Colada's rider Stephen Parnham during the week, and this is what Stevie told us about his chances. It was a good run first up.
He was a good run. He drew wide and had to go back and had a lot of ground to make up in the straight, and he only just went down in the finish to not be beaten that far into 4th placing. And Saturday he's drawn a better barrier, so he should finish up in the run a bit closer.
Stepping up to 1600 here, or 1650, a more preferred distance for him?
I'd say around the 1600s he's more preferred distance. He's done a lot of groundwork and he should be fit enough for the run on Saturday.
Now we need to catch up with the runs of Old Quality and McCaldico, Belmont midweeks. 3 back the fence in the green colours of Christine Stelmacher's Old Quality. Troy Turner the ride. He rode it beautifully. Gets it to the outside, starts to descend. Coming through the centre of the light blue colours is McCaldico, and weaving his way through William Pike on Blues Guitar. Comes up and dead heats with Old Quality right on the line.
By Ostler, and then Blues Guitar, which is back second last over on the inside of For Shame. Well, they're about 8 lengths off the leader, which is Surreal Kid now with his head just in front of Speed Laser approaching the turn, and in behind them Captain Zero's got caught up in a bit of a traffic jam. There's Thermo King McCaldico going around them in a rush to go past Deki Kaseki. So they turn the corner now. Speed Laser once again on the inside, fights back from Surreal Kid. McCaldico joins them. Thermo King, Old Quality are down the outside. Captain Zero back behind them looking for the way clear. It's McCaldico at the 150. Here comes Old Quality though. Roy Kennan also getting to the line. Blues Guitar. McCaldico, Old Quality, Blues Guitar gobbling them up on the outside. They hit the line. Dead heat, couldn't pick it. Blues Guitar and Old Quality split the line together from McCaldico, who's close up.
Now check out the past effort of Arroyo Gold. He won at the midweeks. Watch the way Troy Turner weaves him through the field from back a conspicuous last with the yellow cap.
1.5 away third, then Jeddah Sting shading King Risk around Namatjira 5th, but covering extra ground. And they're followed by Alpine Lad, who's back in between horses. Mr. Jazzman is back on the fence, and the favourite going up next, Lord Tom. Around him when they come up towards the home turn now is On the Record. Moss Street bolting, but can't get through traffic. He tried to go through an opening, but it closed on him suddenly. Zarobo straightened up in front, tackled by Water into Wine. Alpine Lad third. On the fence looking for the way clear came King Risker On the Record. record. Moss Street now finding a bit of room on the record. Grab the lead though. Moss Street, Talbot Bay, Alpine Lad getting an inside run on the record, and Arroyo Gold's got through as well. Arroyo Gold on the record. Alpine Lad, Arroyo Gold. Arroyo Gold just won from on the record. Alpine Lad, Moss Street close up. Then Lord Tom.
Well, that was a wonderful ride by Troy Turner, and talking with Dan Morton after the race, he paid a lot of tribute to Troy Turner because it's been Turner who's been able to turn around Arroyo Gold, and he actually went up to Dan Morton. He said, look, I think this horse has been ridden wrong. Let me have a crack at it. His first ride on it flashed home and ran third from memory, and next start at one. And it must be very gratifying for a trainer when that situation happens, knowing that there's jockeys out there who are really watching and doing their form?
He is. No, Troy Turner's a very good and very experienced rider, and he's definitely on the money of that horse. You can tell by watching the way Arroyo Gold races, and also tell by its form on paper, the horse has ability, but he just doesn't like winning. So they've found a way to get him right back, smother him up, and almost trick him. By the time Arroyo Gold hits the front, he doesn't realise, and that's what they've done last start, and full credit to Troy Turner, the jockey.
Okay, he's come up with barrier one. Now, he's going to get every opportunity to ride in the same, probably end up 3-4 back the fence, held up for a run, and then you're going to have your heart in your mouth again because he'll have to pick off runs, and he's been able to do that the last two. The gaps have come. So that's the sort of horse, and that's the way he will be ridden, and that's the betting risk that you'll take if you do back him. But I think he can win again. I've always believed he had ability. He was a wonderful 2-year-old without winning, and now he seems to have put it all together. So 11 on top for me, Arroyo Gold, 10 Old Quality. Rider on Old Quality is, if it does deteriorate into a wet track, be careful. 9 McCaldico will come up in my selections if the track does deteriorate. And 3 Dana Colada, a horse who always goes well fresh. What did you make about his first up run?
It was a good effort by Dana Colada first up. Very good effort. The horse has got some traits. He wants to lay in a little bit every time Stephen Parnham goes for the whip on him. But it was a good effort. And I'm going to put him on top, number 3, Dana Colada. To beat number 11, Arroyo Gold, I think if he can really hold that form, Arroyo Gold, from winning the other day, he'll be hard to beat. But I'd rather go with the horse, Dana Colada, which I know is a little bit more genuine, and I'll put him on top. To run third, number 9, Mikhail Dicko. Like you said, if we get a bit of rain, Mikhail Dicko will be giving us his best on the rain-affected track. And up there in Singapore for the quartet players, I'll throw in number 4, Mr. Lincoln, for 4th.